What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, you guys? Okay, what's going on now? I know y'all been waiting. Y'all been asking me about it since yesterday. Okay, and I told y'all I was gonna come back and give y'all more of the stuff that Elijah was pretty much saying in regards to his closed adoption and his life after finding his biological family, which is Keyshia Cole's family. And I'm about to get off. I'm about to show my face in just a second. Give me 1 minute, okay? But yeah, he was gonna oh wait a minute, okay, there we go. Okay, so yes, I was gonna give you guys a part two of this whole story about Elijah, which is Keyshia Cole's baby brother, telling his story about what went down after he found his family. And he got different parts to this story. Now, this particular video right here, shout out to Zach Simmons who uploaded everything. This video was literally 2 hours and 32 seconds. That's 2 hours and 32 seconds. Okay. Now, I hope you guys don't mind being here with me for that amount of time. I really hope not. But it's 2 hours and 32 seconds, which is why I wanted to do it a little bit earlier in the day. But I didn't really have a choice because I had to go to the barbershop. And that is the reason why we're doing it late right now. But I know y'all don't really be minding that really too much. So, that's fine and dandy. It's 24 of y'all up in here so far. With every single live that we do, we try to get to 100 plus with every live, right? So y'all know how this thing goes with the commentary. Y'all know that I'm gonna play the video on the screen, and y'all know that as I continue to get into the video, I'm definitely gonna stop it and get my commentary as we go. And I see Lyric London is in my comments telling me to go to bed as if he don't need to be in bed while he's sitting up here watching my live. Shouldn't he be in bed too? Okay. But anyway, y'all, we're about to go ahead and get into Mr. Elijah, where he talks about more about his story with Keyshia Cole. Now, things get a little bit more worse with this story. Now, I know that the last part that we did a couple of days ago, it was kind of triggering. There was a lot of stuff that he said. There was like SA in there and a lot of different things in there. But there's a lot more in this particular story, y'all. I listened to this entire thing when I was at work the other day. This was 2 days ago when I heard it. It was like the day before Christmas Eve when I heard it. And I'm just not getting some time to really dive into it and do some commentary on this shit, right? So, y'all, this is where we at, and this is where we're about to get to. So hang on with me. Like I said, this video itself is 2 hours and 32 seconds. That's 2 hours. So we're gonna be here for a minute. But I don't mind because I'm here with y'all. Okay. So shout out to my moderators that's in here. I think the only moderator that I got in here is Payne, but I see Miss Ann in here. She's a member and all that. Now we got 42 folks up in here. We need to have more than what I see in this chat. Okay, how many people in the chat that's coming in the chat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 41 people and 7 folks in the chat. That is unnecessary. We need a little bit more than 7 people coming in this chat. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into Keyshia Cole's brother Elijah. Let's get into it, y'all. Press play.
I believe she also had to go to the.
Hold on, y'all.
Okay, ready? Are we up? I want you to understand that I'm going to be talking about everything that led up from 18 to now in my adult life living in this closed adoption. This story is going to get sick. It's going to get dark. It's going to get twisted. I want you to have patience. You're going to judge me. That's okay. I want you to judge me because those are real feelings and emotions that you have. I want you to understand that everything that I do, I take full accountability for because number one, I'm an adult. Number two, I understand the position that I put myself in, and there's no excuses, especially being an adult, especially being of age. There are things that you do that you just have to be accountable for. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I will be using real names. These are real situations. This is my real life. I did have to go through these things, and it's affecting me today. I'm in a better place today than I was 7, 8 years ago. But in the past 7, 8 years, I want you to understand, baby, I've been through hell and back. So please bear with me. I left home at 18. The day I turned 18, February 1st, I left the fucking house. I couldn't do it anymore. My mother was sick. My mother had a thyroid condition. And she had 12 different medications she was taking at the time. I believe she also had to go to the doctor about 3 to 4 times a month. Now, my sister, Asa, because she was named after my adopted mother, she took every single burden that my mother had and she took it on her shoulders and she wore it like a cape. When I left home, I went to go live with my ex and I started to resent my mother because I felt like she did not set me up for success in life, even though she did. I genuinely felt in my brain at 18 that I should have been given another life. Like I seen so many of my friends and so many of my mutuals who I went to high school with, their parents set them up for college. My mom didn't really know anything too much about how to get to college. My mom didn't even know how to apply to jobs in the 20th century. She didn't know how to get online. My mom was not a computer person. She didn't know anything about that. She was like, baby, walk in and get an application. And at those times, baby, you could not walk in and get an application. You had to apply online. So the first thing I had to do was figure out a computer. The second thing I had to do was figure out where I can get in a computer to motherfucking sign in and apply to these fucking jobs. Because again, didn't have a computer, didn't have a phone. Even at 18, I decided to get my phone halfway into the year of 18 because again, I had 2 jobs and I was living with my ex. I was helping him pay bills. It was a lot. This year, specifically 18, was the year I started to formulate my disdain for my biological family because I went through so many struggles. It was so many times I tried to reach out to my biological family and tell them like, hey, I'm here. I'm free. You know, I'm 18. I don't have to wait for my mother. I don't have to wait for anything. No response. It was almost as if it was for show or it was for like, I don't know, for recognition or for like maybe an Instagram post or a Facebook post. It became like my life was transactional in a way. At the time, everybody was very active on Instagram and I can see their posts. I can see them, you know, putting stories on their Instagram and, you know, posting and replying to comments and things like that. But you can't say hi to your brother. I had to understand too that my life was very different from theirs. Baby, I was a wild child at this point, baby. As soon as I left my mama's house, I was like, baby, who man is your man? Is my man? Is our man? Especially on Instagram, baby. I had shirt off, baby. I had everybody in my DMs. I'm talking about it was a whole show. And I was getting attention, baby. They was on my board. I seeked attention that I thought was necessary because number one, my family's not responding to me. I'm not on good terms with my adopted mother. I'm not on good terms with even my adopted family because again, they felt like I slighted my mother by leaving. And I'm with an abusive ex. So there were so many things that were going on and me and him weren't together at the time. So I'm living with a man that I'm not together with. So imagine that. So baby, if I can get attention from anywhere at this point, thank you. I'm gonna take that. Thank you.
The only question that I have is that you are 18 and you living with your ex. And I want to know, how old is your ex? Like, was your ex a grown ass man or something? Was he a grown ass man? I'm just trying to get a feel of what he talking about. You feel what I'm saying? Like, is that wrong for me to ask that question? Because he just turned 18. He's still in high school and he going to live with an ex. So is his ex grown as fuck or is his ex his age, but they parents don't mind him staying there? That's the question that I got. Not trying to judge him because I've been on Elijah's side for all of this shit he been talking about. But it wouldn't be Scotty if Scotty didn't have any questions. Because he never verified whether the man was his age or whether he was grown as fuck. But it's given, I was a teenager dating a grown ass man. That's what it's given. But we're going to continue on though. Let's continue.
Yeah, baby. So I can only imagine as being an older sibling of mine, and you click on my page, and baby, you see me half naked with a motherfucking towel on. You're like, who the fuck? Absolutely not. So from 18 to 23, I had 2 jobs. I went to school. I got my associate's degree in communications. I locked the fuck in. At this point in my life, I'd have been in so many motherfucking relationships, bitch. I can count on my hands, my toes, your hands, your toes, bitch. I can count on the neighbor's hands and toes, baby, my dogs, my cats, girl. But one thing I did not do is I didn't have sex with people. At this point in my life, I've only had sex with 2 people. Love that. Now, the next few parts are very fucking rough, and I'm going to make it through it, okay? I promise you. Now, at this point in my life, I was working at Chipotle, and I was working at Wiz. I was working at Chipotle from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then I was working at Wiz Saturday and Sunday, and we would go all over, and then we would do the in-store accounting, right? Cool. Now, my manager's name at Chipotle was Felicia. And at this moment in time in my career at Chipotle, I had moved up to be a service manager. Now, Felicia is so fucking special to me because she gave me my job on a motherfucking whim. Let me tell you something. I applied at Chipotle and I was late to the fucking group interview. I showed up in my goddamn onesie. I know. Judge me, but I showed up in my fucking onesie because I was late and I ran all the way from my house, which I lived off of Pennsylvania, and I ran all the way to the mall in Fairfield. If you know where that Chipotle is, you understand, bitch, that was far. I made it there in 15 minutes, okay? And I showed up. I didn't realize it was a group interview. So there was 40 people sitting in the goddamn dining room, and I'm in a goddamn pink fucking onesie. I walk in and she's like, what are you here for? I said, I'm here for the group interview. I really want this job. I'm wearing this pink onesie because I just woke up. I didn't even get to brush my teeth or comb my hair or do anything right now. I need this job. Ask me any question you want. I promise you I'll answer it.
Well, that's dedication. That's real dedication. You know, you late for a job interview. You done ran uphill. You ain't even catch no cab or nothing. You you ran up the street for 15 minutes with a pink onesie on. Ain't brushed your teeth. Ain't did nothing to your head, and you still went to your interview. That takes a lot of dedication. I must say, that takes a lot of dedication. Cause I don't know if I would have been able to do that.
She said, okay, sit down. She said, well, why do you want this job? I said, because I got to pay bills and I need to take care of my mother. She's sick right now. I'll do anything. I'll wipe a table for 40 hours a week. She said, okay. She said, it's funny because you came in here with all of this energy, and she said, you turned this whole interview around. She said, not only am I going to hire you, I'm hiring you today. I broke down in immediate tears. I'm talking about it was that quick. It wasn't even a 2-minute interview. And everybody's looking around like, you bad shit motherfucking crazy. I literally started when I went to that interview. It was a Monday, and I started at Chipotle on a Wednesday. They got my paperwork in and everything. I started that Wednesday, and she said, I'm not going to be easy on you. She said, you will be wiping tables at Chipotle for 40 hours a week. And if I find anything wrong on these tables, if anything on this floor is dirty, if I don't see these garbage cans spick and span, you will not work here. I said, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. And I did just that. I wiped the motherfucking tables for 40 hours a week. And guess what? She said, listen, I need somebody on the line. So the line is where they make the bowls and the burritos and things like that. She said, I need somebody on the line. I said, I'll do it. She said, okay, I'm gonna put you on the line. She said, if you don't do it correctly, I'm gonna kick you off. Baby, I was up there taking orders like no other. It went from me taking orders to me rolling burritos, to me getting on the cashier, to me doing back of house, to me washing dishes, to me doing the prep, to me getting in the goddamn grill. She made me cry because she said, listen, if you're not gonna get in the grill and you're not gonna cook this food to standard, you won't be in the grill and you won't be a manager. So I had to cry through cutting cilantro. I had to cry through cooking the meat. I had to cry through the heat. I made it all the way to be a kitchen manager, and I made it from a kitchen manager to a service manager. Now, during this time, we had a racist district manager, and she hated Felicia because Felicia was better than her. She didn't like that. She didn't like that everything that Felicia did and everything that she was accomplishing, she couldn't do. There comes a day where they get into it. There comes a time where Felicia's like, I'm tired of you picking on me because of my motherfucking race. And I support this staff and I support this crew to the point to where we've gotten to restaurateur. And you're telling me that everything that I've done up until this point is not okay because I don't like the way that you're speaking to me. It got so heated to where they argue in the back. The district manager leaves. And Felicia's like, you know what? She just told me that my job is on the line. And I said, no, it's not, baby, because we've been rocking with you since day one. Your job not on the line, baby. I don't know who she thought she was. The next day, the district manager comes in on Felicia's day off. And she pulls everybody to the side and she asks them to give them their statements on how Felicia is in this company. And they said, if she is being any type of aggressive towards you, you need to let us know. Now, everybody said that they were sticking together and they were saying that Felicia wasn't aggressive because she wasn't. Mind you, she promoted everyone from hand. She picked everybody from hand. There were no external hires. Everybody in that store, Felicia promoted and picked herself. Everyone stood together except for one man. And the reason why he lied and said that Felicia was aggressively aggressive, is because he wanted her job and they promised to promote him as soon as they got rid of Felicia. Felicia comes in the next day. Everything is normal. About an hour later, her district manager and her district manager's boss come in and they give her an ultimatum. They say, either you demote yourself, you step down today, or you go to another store 20 miles away and be a store manager there. Said, I'm not going to any other store because I cultivated this store. This store is cultivated. This store is restaurateur, and you won't take that from me. You're never going to take my accomplishments from me. So I actually quit. Left. She walked out. And in that moment, I said, you know what? This woman has been a second mother to me. She's worked with me for 4.5 years. I'm standing by her. She walked out. I'm leaving too. They said, okay, bye. So I politely packed my things and I left. But guess what? I was out of a fucking job. I didn't have a car at the time, so I'm walking home and I'm happy. I'm like, you know what? I stood with her. That was like a second mom to me, and I would leave every motherfucking time if she left, because she's the one that gave me everything that I needed to be able to work hard today. She's the reason why I'm empowered. She's the reason why I'm a top performer, and she's the reason why I critically think about every situation at work before I do them. I open my door and I walk in, and everything is fucking gone in my apartment. I'm talking about ain't nothing left. Everything is fucking gone. It's bare. It's empty. Mind you, there's a note on the counter, and my ex done left, and he said, I'm gone. I've left. I've moved on. I hope you can too. Man took every single belonging, including mine, and left the apartment. Mind you, there was no way that I would be able to pay for an apartment that my name is not on. Stupid as fuck. I'm living with somebody for almost 4 years. Didn't put my name on not near one fucking anything, not a bill, not a nothing. And I'm living in an apartment. He took everything except whatever I had in the closet. He took the couch I bought. He took the chairs I bought. He took the TV I bought. He took every fucking thing. Apartment was a 2-bedroom apartment, and the rent was $2,000 a month. I had just quit my job, and the only job that I had second to this was Wiz, and I only worked Saturday and Sunday. That check was only about $600 a month, because again, I only worked Saturday and Sunday, but it was supposed to be extra money. Mind you, it's the 19th of the month. It's the 19th. When he left, he blocked me on every social media platform you could think of, and he blocked my phone number. He blocked my friends. Girl, fuck him. I had no logins to anything. So that means I couldn't log into the portal to pay the rent. I couldn't log in to pay the utilities. Even if I had enough money, I wouldn't be able to do it because it's not my apartment at the end of the day. So I panicked because, bitch, I don't know what the fuck I was going to be able to do. I at this point, I'm going to be homeless by the 30th.
That was fucked up. Now, granted, we could all look at this boy and say, you were dumb as hell for going to move in with your ex. You was dumb as fuck, whatever. But that's still fucked up, though. You mean to tell me that you let me stay in the house with you? You didn't even tell me that you was leaving, and you're going to leave me in this empty-ass apartment, and I can't even pay the rent if I wanted to. What type of shit? That was some low-down, gutter snipe-ass shit. Low down.
This point, I have not spoken to my mother. And when I say my mother, my adopted mother, I have not spoken to her at all. I haven't spoken to her since I was 19. I spoke to her on her birthday, which is December 7th, and that was the last time that I spoke to her. So it's been about 3.5 to 4 years that I have not had any interaction with my mother over the phone or in person. I felt like I got over the fact that I was mad at her for not accepting me for being gay. I was frustrated in myself for not being able to take care of her the way that I could have. But now I started to feel a sense of regret for everything that I've done, because again, I'm making the worst decisions of my life, and they're leading up to even more tragic events. I couldn't call her because we're not close. I know she wouldn't let me come back because, again, that was a bridge that I burnt. And I mean, I really didn't burn it, but in my head, I knew I burnt the bridge with my mother. I can't call her for help. That's done. So at this very moment, I knew that I had to accept everything for what it was. I can't blame anybody for my actions. I can't call anybody to come help me with my actions and whatever the fuck is going on. So I knew that I had to figure this out all by my motherfucking self. Month is October, and we have 2 more weekends in this month. Again, I work at WIS, so I work Saturday and Sundays only. Those are the only times that they had available. Again, my checks from WIS are normally $600 a month. My last check from Chipotle would have been about $2,300, right? But again, I cannot pay to this apartment because number one, they don't even know that I'm living there. Number two, I don't have any logins for anything. So even if I could, I would. And number three, which fucked me the most, he informed them that he was moving out and told them, but didn't tell me. Me and my ex were not on bad terms. At the end of the day, we lived our separate lives. We did whatever we wanted to do, and that was that. But we didn't really communicate outside of me giving him money, and that was it. So this blindsided me. Since we paid the rent up until the 1st, I knew that I had about 2 weeks until I had to get out. I knew that. I understood that. I was like, I'm gonna make it work. What I did was I got a Motel 6. I took my whole Chipotle check and I paid for a month at Motel 6. It was about $2,300, right? Understandably so. It's expensive. With the Wish check, I bought all of my necessities for a whole fucking month. I spent $600 on food, things that I could reheat in the microwave, on my male care products, all those things that you would need just to fucking survive. Applying and looking for a new motherfucking job, trying to find something that would go from Monday through Friday for me. I didn't give a fuck what it was, but baby, I'm telling you, it was so fucking hard to try to find a fucking job in Fairfield. First came around and I packed up all of my things and I fucking walked from the apartment all the way to the Motel 6 in Fairfield. And mind you, it was about a 30-minute walk. As soon as I got to the fucking hotel, I don't know what it was. It must have been God. It started fucking raining. Like, I'm talking about pouring. I'm talking about like whoosh. And mind you, the sun had just been out. Like, again, but October is a weird ass month, especially if you live in California. One moment it's hot, the next moment it's rainy. I don't know why the fuck it's like that, but geographically speaking, that's how it is. Now, at this point in time, I'm not talking to anyone. The only person that can get into contact with me is Vania. Thing is, when I'm going through something hard, especially back then, when I'm going through something, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I want to get my life together. I want to figure it out. I got to make moves. I got to put 2 and 2 together and get 4. And unfortunately, I can't do that if I'm communicating with you about your life and what you're going through. Like, I just can't mentally process my situation and mentally process your situation. I've just never been that person. I don't know why I can't do that. All my stuff settled in. I make sure that everything is together, all of my identifications and things like that, right? Okay, so there's a Food for Less down the street from the Motel 6. So I said, you know what? I know that they're fucking hiring because when the lady came into Chipotle, she said, oh yeah, they were hiring, blah, blah, blah. You should come here and apply here and, you'll get a job. It's pouring fucking raining, but I got an umbrella. So I take my ass down to Food for Less while it's pouring rain. I say, hey, I placed an application online, which I did. And I just want to follow up with that application, right? The lady was like, oh yeah, I'll go get my hiring manager. Absolutely. Like, I know you placed your application because we had seen it, but my hiring manager said that she was pulling applications today. So again, I'm going to go get it. So the hiring manager come back and she said, hey, I have been trying to reach out to you. I loved your application. I wanted to do an over the phone interview, but since you're here, we can do an in-person interview. So I'm like, absolutely. Let's get a motherfucking interview going. Let's get it cracking like and boots back, baby. I need this money. So me and her went through the motherfucking interview process. She said, I love you. You're amazing. You're great. I'm going to hire you and I'm going to hire you on the spot. And I'm like, can I start today? She's like, no, but you can start tomorrow. I was like, absolutely, baby. I'll be here. Tell me what I need to wear. Tell me the dress. So I'll go get it today. I'm super fucking excited because I'm like, damn, I'm finna get another job. Like, you know what? Everything is aligning. I'm glad that I'm doing things the right way. I end up going back to the Motel 6 and I'm just relaxing. I'm chilling. Again, I'm not in contact with any of my friends or my family or anyone at this point, baby. It's just me. So I'm celebrating in silence. Now, at this point in time, my phone was on Do Not Disturb. So not only, even if you called me, you weren't getting through. So my sister was calling me. My best friend was calling me. I was not answering the phone. I didn't want to talk to nobody until I got my own apartment. Go to sleep. I wake up the next morning. It is pouring rain. I'm like, the sky is black. It's pouring fucking rain to the point where I'm like, I can't even go outside right now. And I'm supposed to be trying to go to this motherfucking job. And I'm waiting on them to call me, right? Because she said, I'm going to call you early in the morning. And then that's when you're going to come in and we'll do your like I-9 and your paperwork. But baby, it is pouring rain to the point where I'm like, damn, I can't even walk in this fucking rain. I'm like, fuck, what am I supposed to do? Like, can I get on the bus? Like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. I'm getting ready. And I promise you, it must have been God because I get a phone call. My phone actually fucking rings. And mind you, my phone is on Do Not Disturb. It's on Do Not Disturb forever. And it says, Vania. I'm like, should I answer this motherfucking phone call? I love this girl down, but do I want to talk to her right now? I'm struggling. And then I let it ring. And it goes to voicemail. I'm like, cool. I can't feel bad. Then it rings again. And I'm like, how is she getting through when my phone's on Do Not Disturb? Ain't nobody supposed to be getting through. And it's Vania. I'm like, fuck, I got to answer this phone. So Vania is calling me. Calling me. I think Vania calls me about 5 to 6 different times before I actually answer the phone. And again, I'm in a position where I don't really want to talk to anybody because, baby, I'm going through a lot. And even though I love her to death, and that is my girl down since motherfucking before high school, there was nothing I really wanted to talk to her about because I know she would be worried about me. And I don't want her thinking that she got to come save me like she's done 50,000 other fucking times. So she stops calling me and I just take a minute because I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to call her back because there's no reason why she called me 7 fucking times and I didn't answer the fucking phone. So I call her back and she answers on the first ring. And I'm like, hey, girl, how you been, girl? You know, trying to play it off because, again, even when we don't talk, when we reconnect, it's immediately like how it was since the last time we fucking talked. And she's like, hey, I need you to call your sister immediately right now. So I'm like, I don't know if I could do that right now because I'm barely answered the phone for you. I'm not really talking to anybody. I'm going through a lot. And I really just don't want to be, you know, all in somebody's face on the phone with somebody like, I'm okay right now. Is it something important? Like, how do you know she needs to call me? So she's like, you need to call your sister. I don't care what you're talking about. I love you. Call your sister. I'm like, you can't tell me what she wants. She called you, right? She said, yes, she called me, but I can't tell you what she needs to tell you in the way that she can tell you. I just love you and you need to call your sister. Matter of fact, I'll put her on a 3-way with you. Now, me and my sister, we have a good relationship. I talk to her all the time, especially today. I talk to her every fucking day, if not every fucking week. But back then, I was very distant because I felt like I was the reason why my mother ended up sick because she couldn't handle the burden of having a child, taking care of her business, and also owning a home. And I felt like that was the reason why she ended up having a heart attack because of too much stress in her life. And I felt like I was the biggest one. But no matter what, my sister has always taken care of me. If I wanted the freshest shoes, the freshest clothes, the freshest Jordans, it didn't matter what I needed. My motherfucking sister made it happen for me. And anytime she would come to my fucking defense. So even when all my adopted family wanted me to change and they didn't want me to be gay and they didn't want me to be feminine, she was the one saying my motherfucking brother is going to be whoever the fuck he wants to be and I'm going to support him 10 toes down because that's my motherfucking baby brother. So I know.
Get a sip of water, Elijah. Get a sip of water. Get a sip of water. Get a sip of water. You talking so goddamn fast, but get a sip of water. But this is a good ass story.
If my sister wants to call me and talk to me and it's something important, I know that I got to pick up the motherfucking phone and call her. So I said, no, it's okay, Vania. You don't got to put us on a 3-way. I will call my sister. I love my sister to death. I'm going to call her. She said, you better motherfucking call her because if you don't, I'm going to make sure that I pull up on you. I know where you at. And I'm like, you know where I'm at? She said, you at Motel 6. I'm like, how the fuck do you know where I'm at? She said, I always know where you at. Call your fucking sister. So I get off the phone with Vania and I call my sister. And at first she didn't answer because, again, my sister don't have my number. So she didn't know who the fuck was calling her, right? She ends up calling me back a few minutes later. And she's like, who is this? And I'm like, hey, sister, this is your brother. And she start bawling. And I'm like, later, girl, why are you crying? Like, what happened? Like, girl, had a drunk night? So my sister told me, mommy is gone. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Mommy is gone. Like, she went somewhere, like, you know, she's in a hospital because I didn't even know. My mom had been in and out of the hospital multiple times prior to even me being on the phone or doing everything that I need to do and leading up to this conversation with my sister. She's like, mommy is dead. Mommy passed away last night. And I've been trying to contact you, but I didn't have your number. I called Vania. Vania didn't answer. She called me back this morning and she said she'll get me in contact with you. And I'm like, what do you mean mommy is dead? Mommy ain't dead. Mommy, man, I'm gonna go to the house right now. And she cool. She in there. She's sitting in her chair. She be cool. She said, mommy been in the hospital for 2 weeks. She said, mommy been in the hospital for 2 weeks. And the last thing that she said to me was she wanted to make sure that you're okay. So I've been looking for you. And this shit fucked me up, you know? So I hung up. I didn't know what to say. I hung up the fucking phone. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't know what to say. That shit was hard. That shit fucked me up to the point to where it was just like, I stared at the wall for an hour. I didn't answer my phone. No, nothing. And I called Vania back because that's the only person that I knew would be able to talk to me and tell me things would be okay. I called her and I was like, she not dead, right? Like, she's still gonna be here. I'll be able to go to the house and she gonna be there sitting in her chair watching her Westerns. And she said, she not here. She not here. Where are you? I'm coming to get you. Where are you? I said, I'm still at the hotel. She said, I'm on my way. I'm coming right now. I laid down and I just stared at the ceiling because I'm like, I fucked up. 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 Instead of actually spending my time with my mother, I fucked up. And in that moment, I realized it. Like, immediately, I fucked up because I don't get her back now. She's not here. She's not tangible. No matter how much I say that I regret, no matter how much I say that I wish I could have, I did not. I didn't. And that's on me. I wasted my time doing other things, trying to figure my own life out when my mother was suffering. And in the last moments of her life, she worked. I promise you I'm good. It's hard to tell this story. I promise you I'm good. I didn't know what to do next. I didn't know what to do. So she was like, yeah, we can. She was like, it's a complete job and I want to help you. She was like, thank you for sharing your story with me. She was like, I don't know, something just asked me to talk to you. She was like, I just felt it and I had to. She's like, I'm so glad that I did. And you look like you would be a perfect candidate for the shelter. So I'm like, okay, I've never lived in a shelter. I'm 100% down for it. Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's take it care of, you know?
It's the fact that he left and he didn't get a chance to say goodbye to his mama, and he left without even making things right with his mom. And now he's in one of the worst places of his life, and now he's about to go live in a damn shelter. I'm telling y'all, this boy has been through a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Oh, and I be thinking that my life was tough. Jesus.
Let's get it started. So we walked down to the shelter. I signed all this different paperwork and things like that. She was like, okay, we actually have an open bed available today. She was like, so what I'll do is you will come back.
Okay, what's happening?
When I tell you, I'm just blessed enough to be able to have somewhere to be, and I can kind of start my life from scratch, and I can figure out what I need to do and, you know, how I need to move. Because at this point, I don't even know what the next motherfucking place is going to be and how I'm going to be in the next motherfucking 24 hours. But I'm just ready to have a distraction so I don't have to think about my mom not being here. Again, once I charged my phone, or if someone had a phone, I should have called my sister. I should have called Vania. I should have called my best friend. I should have called somebody. I should have, but I didn't. And that's my fault. 100%. Being a stupid ass adult, not thinking critically in my feelings because my mother is no longer here. It shouldn't have been like that. But when I get into the shelter, I get into my room. We have roommates. So my roommate was a girl and she had a Chipotle shirt on. And I was like, oh, you work at a Chipotle? As we're sitting in the hotel room, I'm explaining to them why I didn't come see my mother. Because, baby, I had a lot going on. I didn't want to give her more stress and more problems and more things to fucking deal with when I know that I put myself in this predicament. I shouldn't have been doing half of the shit that I was doing in the first place. Why am I living with a man that don't fucking want to be with me? Huh? Why am I helping him pay rent? Why didn't I get my own apartment? Why did I move into my own shit? You know what I'm saying? Working 2 jobs, doing a bunch of other shit, going out with him all the time, and we're not even fucking together. Are you crazy? And then knowing how I already put her through a lot with trying to find my biological family, with, you know, her going and losing her home and, you know, having to still try to take care of me. I didn't want to feel like a burden no more to nobody. If I was having to deal with it, I was going to deal with it on my motherfucking own. Everyone is fucking devastated. I'm devastated. No one knew that my mom would even pass like that. Like, this is some crazy ass shit. And so we just sat there. I sat there in silence for so long. We sat there for like 3-4 hours. And then I just started crying. I couldn't do anything else but let it out and just cried. After a while, everyone had to go home and they didn't want to leave me, but I told them, I'm going to be okay. You don't worry about me. I'm going to be fine. Vania especially didn't want to leave. She was like, twin, I'm not leaving you. Twin, I don't care, because we call each other twin. Twin, I'm not leaving you, twin. I don't care. Twin, I'm not leaving you. I'm like, girl, I got this. I love you. You call me. If anything, call me. I'm okay. I just need time to process all of this. So once everybody leaves, I slip into a depressive state. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I couldn't handle it. Like, I couldn't come to terms with my mother not being here. I walked to my mom's house. After everybody left, I slipped into a depressive state. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't know what else to do. I thought about my mom. I really, 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 really couldn't come to terms with her not being here no more. Like, it was the worst feeling in the fucking world, because one moment this person is here in your mind and the next moment she's not. But then you spent so many years not going, not seeing, not speaking. What the fuck was I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So my mom lived on Pennsylvania Avenue. That's where our apartment is. And I walked there and I went and my mother had this bench that sat in the front, and she had a few plants that sat in the front as well. She used to always try to water these goddamn plants. And I'm telling you, baby, my mother did not have a green thumb. The bench was old. It was rickety. It was supposed to be painted over because she said it was going to be a creative project. We just never got around to doing it. So it also had a bunch of spiders underneath it. It was one of those old ass benches that you would probably see at the park that you wouldn't sit on, but if you ever needed a seat, you could. And I sat on that bench. I sat on that bench for hours in front of her apartment, and I cried because it's not the fact that she's not here anymore. It's the fact that I can't tell her goodbye. And I think I had to come to terms, and it took me a long time to come to terms with the fact that I did not spend my mother's last days with her, even though she wanted me to spend my last days with her. For the next 15 to 20 days, baby, I rinsed and repeated this cycle. I would go back to my hotel, I would go back to my mom's house, and I would just sit on that bench for as long as I felt like I needed to sit on that fucking bench. I went back to my hotel, came back to my mom's apartment, sat on the front bench, did the same. It was about 15 to 20 days I think I did that. It could have been a month. I can't even lie to you. It could have been a month. I should have turned my phone on. I completely understand. I was depressed, and that's no motherfucking excuse. I was not acting like a fucking adult at that time. I really don't know, but I know losing my mom, my mind was in another place, and I should have turned my phone. I should have asked for help. I should have reached out. But again, I was already feeling like I was a burden on people's lives, and then my mom's not here no more. I just couldn't do it. I stopped going to work. I quit my other job. Pretty much lost both of my jobs. My money went down. And then once the end of the month came, I got kicked out of the fucking hotel. I stopped paying my phone bill, and now I'm homeless. So now all it is me, my suitcase, and my backpack, and I'm walking down the street, and I just go and I sit at a fucking bus stop. And now I don't know what the fuck I'm finna do, because now I'm out of a job. I'm out of a place to live. I don't have any money. I'm not going to be able to eat. And my phone is fucking off. So nobody could contact me even if I turned this bitch on. It started to get dark. And baby, I didn't know what the fuck I was finna do. I was like, listen, I'm going to take my bag. I got my my backpack. I got my suitcase. And bitch, we're going to make it. I got to get somewhere. I said, I got to leave Fairfield. I got to get out of Fairfield. I have to leave Fairfield, California. I don't know what else to do. My phone is dead. My phone is off. I don't have a means to even charge it. I got to go. Now with me being homeless, I already don't want to reach out and contact anybody. I'm like, at this point, baby, everything that I've gone through is because of me, and I got to figure this out. I did not want to contact or reach out to anybody, even if I could, because I didn't want to use anyone. I didn't want to put anything on someone else's plate, knowing that they're already going through a lot. And God forbid I call my sister, knowing everything that I'm going through, and now she has to deal with trying to figure out, like, what are we going to do with our mother? I couldn't face her. I also couldn't face the fact that my sister was there every single fucking day to take care of our mother, and I wasn't. And that's something that I had to deal with on my own. But unfortunately, that doesn't put the days back to where my sister had to struggle to go down there and deal with our mother. She put everything on her back, and I could have helped her, and I didn't. And that's something that made me not want to face her. So I walked for the last time to my mother's apartment, and I slept on the front bench until the sun came up. It was about 6:30 a.m. I slept on the front bench, and I cried until I fucking couldn't cry no more, until it started hurting my motherfucking chest. I had about $15 in cash, and that $15 I used to go and get a Clipper card. I said, I want to go as far as I can away from fucking Fairfield, and I don't want to be here anymore. I took the bus from Fairfield to Vallejo, which was about $5. Then I took the bus from Vallejo all the way to El Cerrito. Then I took the BART from El Cerrito all the way down to San Francisco. And again, I didn't have enough money to do this, so I pretty much just jumped the motherfucking turnstile thing on BART, and bitch, we was in there. Now, I don't know nobody with fucking body in San Francisco, bitch. I'm scared as a motherfucker. It's dark. I think at this time it's 7 or 8 p.m., bitch. I don't know what the fuck finna happen. So I'm walking, I'm crying, I'm scared. I really don't know what the fuck to expect in San Francisco. I find this bus stop, and it's a pretty big bus stop downtown, and I literally just hold on to my backpack, and I hold on to my suitcase, and I sit there literally all fucking night.
What I'm noticing here is a pattern, right? And I don't know if anybody else is noticing it, but what I'm noticing from Elijah is that whenever things are going wrong in his life, he typically packs up and runs away. And that's not necessarily the best thing to do, running away. Running away doesn't really solve anybody's issues. Running away really doesn't solve anybody's problems. sometimes running away makes things even worse. But who knows, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I've noticed is that, you know, he picks up and runs away every time things don't go his way.
Until the sun come up. I'm begging God, please forgive me. I don't know what I did to end up in this situation, but Lord, please help me. I just lost my mama 2 days ago. I really don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I want to reach out to people. I'm scared. I'm hurt. I just want my mama back. And now I'm in San Francisco. I don't know. So the next morning comes, and when the sun comes up, I'm like, I got to get it together. I got to figure this out. I'm going to let God lead me in the spirit. Because at this point, I got a dead phone. Can't nobody contact me. It's off. I ain't got no money to my motherfucking name. And I'm homeless with a fucking suitcase and a backpack. I'm fucked. So I'm walking, and this lady's looking at me, and she was like, hey, she was like, where are you going? Mind you, my suitcase is like one of those older suitcases. It's not like one of those like put together suitcases. It's like very old. It's a very like denim-y. It's very ripped. It's very much like, bitch, you need a new luggage. And she was like, hey, where are you going? I'm like, honestly, I don't even know. I'm not even from here. I just got here from Fairfield. I left Fairfield because I couldn't deal with my situation anymore. I'm homeless. And yeah, if you know anything about anywhere to go or how to go anywhere or where the fuck to handle, can you help me? She said, the reason why I asked you that, which is so fucking crazy. She's like, I work at a homeless shelter. And she said, what my job is I go around the streets and I try to help people and I advocate for them and I try to put them in homeless shelters and I try to give them an option so that they can get off the streets. I'm like, wait a minute, for real? You do that? I was like, I didn't even know that job existed. I didn't even know somebody could actually do that. She was like, yeah, absolutely. Last video, the audio cut out, and I'm going to explain the things that happened in chronological order very quickly. Number one, I was in Fairfield, California when all of this happened. Number two, so I went from Fairfield, California to San Francisco, California, and the reason why is because I got depressed. I stopped working at my job, and I didn't show up for my new job. I ended up losing the fucking Motel 6, and I had to get out. So I took my backpack and my luggage and I went to the bus station and I took a bus from Vallejo all the way to fucking from Fairfield to Vallejo, and then from Vallejo to El Cerrito, and then from El Cerrito I took the BART to San Francisco. I don't know why I wanted to go to San Francisco. It was 7 years ago. I don't remember, but I went to San Francisco. As I was in San Francisco, I ended up bumping into this lady, and she was like, hey, because my luggage looked raggedy as fuck, okay? Don't fucking judge me. And she asked me, she was like, hey, where are you going? Like, what's going on? And I was like, honestly, I don't know where I'm going. I'm homeless. I just left Fairfield. I lost my mother, and I don't know what the fuck is going on with my life, but I'm depressed. She was like, oh, well, I work at a fucking shelter. Do you want to come stay? And I was like, yeah, the fuck I do. Absolutely, I fucking do. So she ended up getting me a place, or a bed in the shelter that she worked at. Okay. So, I hope that clears up what the fuck was going on. Cause TikTok had me. Okay. So I'm in the shelter and I'm talking to my, roommate, and she tells me that she works at Chipotle because I seen this on her motherfucking shirt. Right. So I'm like, oh, bet, bitch. I used to work at motherfucking Chipotle. Bitch, you gonna hook me up with a job? Yes, you are. And she's like, oh, yeah, you want to come down? I work at the one on Fisherman's Wharf. Come work at the Chipotle with me. She was like, my store manager, she's super cool. She's black. You know what I'm saying? She's down with everything. And, you know, she's from out of the city and shit like that, you know, and she just got rehired at Chipotle. So, bitch, come work with us. I said, bet. I'm coming down there as soon as I motherfucking wake up in the morning. Well, I'm going to come down there at 10:45, but I'm going to be waiting outside, baby, because I know they don't open until 10:45. I ain't trying to have y'all open up the doors early. So, boom, next day comes around. Bright and early, I get my shit. I put it together. I walk my happy ass right down the motherfucking Fisherman's Wharf, because where the shelter is downtown San Francisco. So, bitch, I didn't have enough money. So, I walked all the way from downtown SF all the way to Pier 39 to go to Fisherman's Wharf. Yes, the fuck I did. So, I pull up to the Chipotle, and I asked the guy up front, I'm like, hey, can you get your store manager? Because I placed an application online and I would like talk to him. Mind you, I didn't place no application. Nothing like that, bitch. I'm finna trick the system. So I hear a familiar voice in the corner and I turn around and it's Felicia fucking Kenny, the lady who was a store manager that hired me in Fairfield, California. I'm like, girl, didn't you quit? And she's like, yeah, but they called me and asked me to come run this store down here. So I came down here and ran this store. What are you doing here? And I don't really want to tell her my problems because, again, I didn't want to feel like a charity case. And I'm still mentally not all the way there because I just lost my mother. Like, I didn't know even what I was doing in San Francisco in the first place. But, baby, I was just like, I had to forget that it even happened, which is fucking stupid. Stupid. I was a stupid ass boy. So I told her, oh, I just moved to San Francisco and, I'm looking for a new job. And, I was coming down here because my friend said, oh, X, Y, and Z. There's a store manager here that's super cool. You should come work here. Lo and behold, I didn't think it was gonna be you, girl. So she was like, oh, don't even worry about it, baby. I'll get you in the system immediately and promote you ASAP. She was like, don't even worry about it. I already know they terminated you. I'm gonna reverse it and I'm gonna have them hire you. So now I've acquired a fucking job 2 days after leaving Fairfield, knowing good and goddamn well I'm leaving my sister to deal with all the repercussions of my mother passing away. So my sister had to deal with cremating my mother because my mother did not want a funeral. And she's also dealing with the fact that my adopted side of my family is very judgmental to the point to where they will make you feel like you don't even want to be around them anymore. Like they'll make you feel outsided. And bitch, if you make us feel, me and my sister, if you make us feel outsided, we just never gonna show up. So my grandmother, Glennis, who I love dearly, she is she girl. Long story short, the people called my grandmother to see what she wanted to do with my mother. And the guy asked her, hey, mama, does she have any kids that are alive? And she was like, well, yeah. And he said, oh, well, I can't talk to you. I need to talk to the kids. The kids come first. So because I was MIA at this moment, my grandmother had to call my sister to set up plans to cremate and put my mother in cute urns and cute urn necklaces. And it again, my sister took care of everything. She paid for it. And then she was paying my mother's rent for 5 months because she couldn't deal with the fact of having to go through all of my mother's things and unpack them, pack them, throw them away, and really just gut that 1-bedroom apartment in Fairfield, California. And it was crazy. Then one day, my sister decided to go to my mother's apartment, right? And she was like, I'm going to check up on some of my stuff that I kept there. And then I'm going to start packing. I'm going to start putting things where they need to be. And I'm going to leave it exactly where it's at. She comes there and the whole apartment is gutted. She's like, what the fuck? And I know these motherfuckers ain't came in here and did this because the lock still work. The key still work. They ain't changed the lock, but it's empty. Come to find out, my grandmother went in and she took everything out of the fucking apartment and put it in her backyard and built a shed to put everything in the backyard. My sister was devastated because she's like, a lot of that shit wasn't yours. A lot of that shit was mine. And that's my mother's stuff. And a lot of the stuff is sentimental. And I didn't even get a chance to go through it. And you just came in and you just took everything. Like, girl, what is going on? Now, at this time, she's still trying to contact me. Everybody is trying to contact me because they're trying to figure out what happened. Am I okay? Am I even fucking alive at this point? And I am, number one, still don't got my phone paid because, again, I just started at Chipotle. Number two, I still am not talking to nobody because I want to get my life together and disremember the fact that my mother had passed away because I didn't want to deal with the fucking trauma of knowing that I didn't speak to my mother and didn't come to my mother when she was the sickest. And I was wrong for that. So every day I live like it's fucking normal. I go to the shelter. All right. And I go to work. I go to the shelter and I go to work. I go to the shelter and I go to work. I'm even picking up doubles. I'm picking up extra shifts. I'm picking up all the hours. And at this point, I'm an assistant manager at Chipotle. 5 months to a year go by, right? And I ended up meeting this boy. We kick it off. I shouldn't even been talking to no motherfucking boy. I still cried every night. I cried every morning and I couldn't even mentally be there. But somehow my brain told me to get in a fucking relationship with a man. And bitch, what the fuck were you doing? The boy, he has a nice house, everything like that. I didn't want to move in, but he begged me. He was like, hey, move in with me. I want you here with me every day. You are just such a light. You are just so like, you're everything to me. So I told him, all right, if you want me to move in, I will. So I moved in with him in San Francisco, California. Stupid. For 2 years, I lived with this man. That first year, I worked at Chipotle, and that same year ended with me leaving Chipotle because they ended up firing my store manager again because they wanted her to do something, and she was not going to do it. She said, I'm just not going to do it. I am so sorry. It's not happening. They fired her, and then they ended up telling me, oh, if you're going to think that you're going to pull what you did in Fairfield over here, it's not going to happen. Baby, I did it anyway. She leave, I leave. I ain't finna stay here. Y'all ain't finna get rid of me like that. Hell no. Again, stupid. Should have stayed my black ass there because I ain't got no fucking money. It's okay, because I ended up getting a job at TJ Maxx in the Ceremony Center. Cool. Worked there for about 6 months. Then COVID hit. Bitch. Now, bitch, we're stuck in the house. All right. COVID happened. And now I have to sit and think about my motherfucking thoughts. I got to think about everything that led up to me being in this moment. Bitch, I started losing my motherfucking mind. But within the first 2 weeks of motherfucking COVID and being in lockdown, I said, I have to call Vania because it's irking my soul and irking my brain. And I'm getting ate up on the inside about all the shit that I did leading up to now. And I feel like I owe her a phone call at least. Baby, when I tell you I called her motherfucking number, she answered and said, bitch, where the fuck you at? I was like, God damn, nigga, hold on. Said, nigga, I know you in San Francisco. Bitch, you better hope I don't pull up on you and beat you the fuck up. Okay, girl. I get it. You mad at me? You mad at me? It's all right, girl. I get it. You mad at me? You deserve. You know what? I deserve that. You ate that. You ate that. No shit. You ate. And I began to tell her everything that happened. Everything. It was just like I was releasing all the bullshit that I had been through within the past year and a half, year and 8 months actually. And she just started crying and we started crying and she was like, it's not your fault. And I'm like, it might not be my fault, but I also have to take responsibility for my actions. I could have been there. I could have called, you know, I could have actually did what was necessary or what normal adults do. And I didn't. I chose to run away for no fucking reason. I didn't have a reason to run away. I chose to not call the people that love me the most because I didn't want to face the facts of me not being there for my mother. You know, I couldn't face it right then. I couldn't run into it head on because it hurt and it still hurts. Vania told me something in these next motherfucking sentences and it was very quick. She's very smart, very educated, very knowledgeable. And she said, you were not put on this earth to save your mother's life. You were put on this earth to live your life. Whether she's here or not, you still have to keep living. Whether she's here or not, you still have to keep living. To this day, those words hit because in that moment, I felt like, damn, why the fuck would you say some shit like that?
Well, she didn't lie. So that's the thing. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, this video is 2 hours long. And I thought that I could sit here and do this for the whole 2 hours, but I'm not. So I'm going to cut this shit in half. I'm not going to end the live right now, but I know I can't do the whole 2 hours. I know I can't because, yeah, I can already tell. I can already see. I ain't going to be able to do the whole 2 hours, but I'm going to do enough. How far are we into this video? We're like 43 minutes in. I'll probably cut it about an hour and some change probably. But yes, he avoids confrontation. He avoids dealing with the hard times in his life. And he feels like running away is only gonna help him, but running away makes things worse. That's what it does. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, let's continue.
Lost my fucking mama as I'm thinking now, and I was able to process those words. I have to keep living. I have to. This time, I get in communication with my best friend, Christian. I get in communication with Kairani. And I also get in communication with my adopted sister, Brina. And our conversation was very hard. It was very, very hard because I had to not only understand the burden that I not only put on her, but I have to understand the burden that my mother put on her. And I also had to understand the burden that my family put on her. And then I also have to understand the extra weight that I put on her shoulders because I went missing and she thought that I died and didn't know where the fuck that I was. Like she genuinely thought that I died. She said I was going to put out a missing persons report until Vania said I got his location on Snapchat. So you don't even have to worry. We know where he at. Just let him be. This hit him differently. How she had my location on Snapchat and how it was still going when I ain't had no phone, bitch, I don't know. End of January now rolls around and it's getting closer to my birthday. Actually, if we want to talk about it, January 31st rolls around. And for some odd reason, I was feeling happy. I was feeling in my motherfucking spirit, baby. I was like, absolutely. I'm getting older and I'm still here. Yes. I don't know what the fuck I thought I was going to have a good motherfucking day. I haven't had a good birthday in a very long time. Actually, I've really never had a good birthday, but that's another story for another day. So I decide for the first time in almost 2 years to open up social media and I log into my old accounts and I have a message from Neffy. So I see a message from Neffy and it's my birthday. And I'm like, I genuinely don't want to open this message. And it's not because I don't love Neffy and it's not because I don't want to talk to Neffy, but baby, I've been through a fucking enough. Now here's a little bit of backstory so you can understand what the next part will mean to me and what it means in general. Me and Neffy share the same mother and the same father. So I am a junior. So my dad named me after him, and I did not know that I was a fucking junior. How I found this out was one day I seen Neffy post her father on Instagram. He got the same name as me. And I typed that name in Facebook, and he got the same name as me. I also have Junior on my birth certificate, and Junior on my social security card, and Junior on my ID. I'm talking about first name, last name, middle name, and my second last name. So I knew that was my daddy. She knew that was my daddy. He knew that was my daddy. And I accidentally had a conversation with this man when I was at Auntie BB's house. When I stayed over there for 3 fucking months, it was Auntie BB's birthdays. One of those goddamn months. I can't remember which month. Not important. And she passed me the phone and said, "Oh, this is your daddy." Now, at the time, he did not tell me his name. He didn't say I was a junior. She just said it was my daddy. I didn't even believe her because I'm just like, you know what? At the end of the day, if I got a daddy, I got a daddy. If I don't, I don't. Nevertheless, the picture that I seen on Instagram, baby, yeah, uncanny. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna hit this back. Mind you, it's very late at night. At the end of my birthday, actually. It's literally like almost 11:30, 11:45-ish. It's literally almost into the next motherfucking day. Oh, I popped the message open and it says, "Hey, call me, please. It's urgent." So I decided to call her. No answer the first time. I call her a second time. She answers. I'm like, "Hello." She's like, "Who is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, this your brother." She like, "This my brother?" And then she start crying. And I'm like, are you good? Like, what's going on? Or like, are you solid? Mind you, this is me and Neffy's second time interacting together. She was like, "Well, I don't know if you know, or I don't know if you've heard. I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you for so goddamn long. I can't even understand what's going on." She said, "But I gotta tell you that your daddy passed today. He passed early in the morning." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? My daddy passed today?" Like, huh? She was like, "Me and you share the same daddy. Your dad passed away this morning. Our father passed away this morning. I need you to lock the fuck in." At this point, I was sitting in the closet because my partner, he had a nice closet and it was a walk-in closet and it had a big fat corner. And I was just sitting in the closet on the floor. And I'm just like, I'm numb because at this point, when I lost my mother, when I lost Miss Asa, that fucked me up in a way that I just couldn't feel the emotion of hurt and pain and devastation anymore. I couldn't feel those feelings. Like they're there, but I can't feel them. And unfortunately, I said, "Oh wow, that's horrible." Neffy's crying and she's confiding in me and she's just like, "I don't know what to do. Like, I love my daddy. I love my daddy. Like, I loved him like no tomorrow. Like, what am I supposed to do?" And I'm like, "Well, I think, take it one day at a time. Take it one step at a time." Like, I'm giving her advice while I'm still not healed and still in pain from losing my mother. And I can't conceptualize losing a father that I never even met or really even had any kind of relationship with. We have to remember that this is during COVID. And at the time, Neffy lived in Atlanta. I believe she still lives in Atlanta. We all know that Neffy has a lot of kids. So Neffy had to fly all the way from Atlanta to come deal with all of the shenanigans that came with my father out in Oakland. Now, how Neffy handled that situation, again, I couldn't, because I didn't know my father. I didn't know him from a can of paint. I didn't even know if he even wanted me to be his son. I couldn't even tell you how that would have been, because at the end of the day, we did not have a relationship. He knew I was alive when we had the conversation. Again, I didn't even think that man that I talked to on the phone was my father, because the conversation was so weird and it was a very strange and odd conversation we had. So now, knowing my dad died on my birthday and now trying to conceptualize what am I supposed to do with my father who died on my birthday that I don't know, have no connections to, have no bond with. And then these people are like doing all of these things with the place that he lives. There's so much going on. And now Neffy is coming from Atlanta to Oakland, California to come try to figure out what she wants to do with my father's things and her father's things. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't want to deal with it. Don't want to deal with it because I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know. The only thing that I could try to fucking do was send Neffy money to help her try to deal with the situation, because I could not I could not put my brain around what could I actually do to even make this better. What words could I say? Because you have a bond with him and I don't. You have something with him and I don't. I don't know if he raised you. I don't know if you had a great relationship. I don't know what that looked like, but I can't give you any words that can make you feel better about the situation that is going on right now, because there's no way that I can step in for someone that don't know me and has no ties to me and tell these people that he lived with, that he was around, that he loved and he wanted around him, that I am his son and I am owed something. About 2 weeks goes by after Neffy tells me like my father passes away, and then it became a whole situation where she came down to Oakland. It was a bunch of commotion, tussling, people arguing about what is owed to who need this and who need that. And I'm like, just leave me out of it. I don't want nothing, baby. Listen, I don't want nothing. I want to be cool. I want to be fine. Just give my sister what she feels like she's owed, because she's deserved that. They had a relationship, and let's move on. And let's do the funeral. The funeral was a Zoom. I attended the Zoom. I went through the motions, but my emotions are so dead that I can't formulate a feeling at this point, because again, I still haven't even came to terms with the mother that raised me. Now I have to come to terms with my father that I didn't know dying on my birthday. How do I put that into any kind of perspective for me to have a shown emotion for you and then still have empathy for you, because we lost our father, and I have to have empathy for these people that were connected to a man that I did not know. I cannot fake it. I can only be myself. And at this moment, I could give a fuck. It's not because he didn't take care of me. It's not because he didn't raise me. And it's not because I don't have the empathy or the understanding or the compassion or the love. It's too much. My body can't handle it. I'm hot, I'm bothered, and I'm overstimulated. And I just want to go. I want to become invisible, and I don't want to deal with it. It got so bad for me to the point to where me and my partner started getting into it. And we started going to therapy, couples therapy, because I couldn't even have an emotion with him. I couldn't even have an emotion with another person that I was living with, to the point to where I couldn't even tell him that, hey, good morning. I couldn't even say good morning. I got so bad in our relationship to where he said, I don't want to be with you anymore. I can't do this with you no more. I need you to get out of my house. I love you. I care about you, but I want to be loved and cared about the same way that I love and care about you. And you don't do that. So I need you to go immediately. I'm going to set the stage for what's to come tomorrow, because it's going to be very heavy. There was a moment in time before I went to Florida that I met up with Sam, and I met up with Tifa, I met up with Elite, and I met up with Robert. This was 3 months into me living in Antioch. When Sam reached out to me, it was literally the day before they were all supposed to get together, so I was not a part of this plan. Originally, the plan was to get together for Elite's birthday. Then, at the last minute, it all switched to recording. Now, Sam is all about family, and he wanted to make sure that all of his family had the best opportunities. He's like one of those people that have amazing fucking ideas and wants to execute them, but sometimes when it comes to the execution, a lot of the chess pieces and the people that are around that he think will be amazing, they don't show. Now, Frankie was also here as well, and she wanted to get us together because she wanted to create her own TV show. Now, the basis of her creating her own TV show is because she felt like she had been slighted by BET. She also said that she wanted to give all of her kids the opportunity to be superstars and be on television and things like that. But I found that out after. There are 3 key factors to this, and I want you to really listen and pay attention when I tell you this. Number 1, I did not know until I got in front of Sam physically that we will be recording for a potential TV show. Number 2, I was not included in the birthday plans. I didn't even know who was coming. It was also a birthday party. So again, it threw me off. And last but not motherfucking least, the one thing that really threw me for a fucking loop, that Keyshia and Neffy were not included. It just threw me off. Like, why did they know and why weren't they included? Again, I'm not too sure, but this is the first time of me meeting almost every single last one of my siblings. The only one that I met, again, was Robert, Tifa, and Keyshia at this point. I never met Sam, and I never met Elite, and I still ain't met Neffy. This is going to set the stage for what's to come in the next part. So I'm going to show you the promo video right now.
On the low behind the scenes, I've been trying to put the family together, man, and I made some historical finds, you know, so I got everybody. I got Robert.
Robert, aka Rob Rex, kind of Stacks, Frankie's second oldest son. They only know the glamorous side of my life. I mean, if you know my mom, you know how she moved, what she into. Way worse in the 90s. And I'm a product of that right now.
I got Tifa.
I am the baby girl, but I am not the youngest. First off, let me start by saying I wasn't gonna come, but my heart, when it comes to my family, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with a lot. I'm from the hood. I'm from Oakland. Sometimes the devil will get me down to the point where I don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because my life is really going right, but I'm doing this for the people who really don't have the strength that I have.
I got Ellis.
So I'm Ellis. Nobody really knows who I am, but I'm the baby of my family. 7 of us. I'm the last one that nobody knew existed for a very, very long time. Don't know why, but it just missed me.
I got Elite.
I am Elite Noel. I am Frankie's middle child.
That's kind of far away right now, but she's gonna fly in. You know, she's still in Atlanta. But I got everybody else here except Keyshia. And you know, I'm a statistical dude. You know what I'm saying? Shit, sometimes, you know, 5 out of 7 it ain't bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo! Hey yo, who live here in this fast out? Where we at? Perfect. What is you doing?
Don't do it.
What is you watching? What's going on?
I want to make sure this thing ain't real. I thought it was a Snickers out.
Yo!
My mind is definitely racing. My heart.
All I gotta say is this. You know what's so crazy? While I'm sitting up here doing this video right now with you guys, and we're, you know, doing commentary on Elijah's story. Y'all know I just did a video yesterday, a live last night, Merry Christmas Live. And we were talking about a multitude of things, and we got into me going no contact with my siblings. As I'm filming this video, right? My brother, one of my paternal siblings, literally is texting my phone right now. They are reaching out to me right now. And that's another video for another day. So I give you guys an update on that. But that I wasn't expecting that. That's kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know how to feel about it. But yes, that's what's going on right now as we film this video. So yeah, but let's continue on. But like I said, this video right here is about 2 hours long and 2 hours and 32 minutes long. So I don't really foresee myself doing this entire video tonight. We're gonna do more of it tomorrow. We're gonna cut it in half. But I know exactly where I'm gonna stop it at. So let's continue.
I'm feeding, and I don't know what to really expect. Hello! Open this door, your sister! Yes! Hi, brother! Hello! I'm here!
It's a blessing to be with your family, and I got a lot of family members, but today I'm with my mom's side, my biological mom's side, and it's lit, you know.
And the only reason we're all here,
For me, it's been difficult to reach back and forth with my family because I pretty much grew up by myself. I didn't have nobody, so to later on down the line find out I got family, like you be skeptical because you like, nah, you lying, like it ain't what it is. But at the end of the day, I reached out and I looked at my birth certificate, find some, little details, and I'm like, damn, okay, I got siblings. So
5 out of 7 ain't bad. Moral to the story is Frankie and everybody's family. Not to mention, I'm sure a lot of mothers all around the world that was struggling and battling their addiction. They took their children through their addiction. But it's because of the choices and decisions that I made.
For me, it's been like real hard because we all been trying to get in the same room together, but I kind of didn't exist. And I think it was more of that I was here, I just didn't know who I was. So, I always been in the same city as my brothers and sisters, but not one time did I ever fail or want to look at my birth certificate to see who my mom and dad really was. And then so one day I ended up losing it, and I'm like, damn, it ain't even the same no more. Like, who's my family? So like, I already have like an Instagram, Twitter following. Like I have 100,000 on Instagram, 75,000 on Twitter. So, once I started asking questions, started reaching out, a lot of people was just like, that could be your sister, that could be your brother, this could be your brother. So I think that through social media with me has helped me find my family more than how, reaching, like when they first started, they were to see each other on TV. They kind of grew up together, so now to be able to see my brother Sam, my sister Lee, Tifa, Robert, like to be in the same room as them, I just feel like I got a family. Like, I don't feel like I'm alone no more. I never really belonged with nobody. I was different. So to hear and to talk and to laugh and to smile and to see people that you really connect with, I think that's just big.
I got some smoke. They got me out here nappy. I ain't get to do my hair in this bitch, but we're gonna make the best of this shit though. Yeah. When these people house, I know they got a camera watching us. I'm gonna give them something to look for. We're gonna figure this shit out. I got my family. I'm so excited. I ain't never had this much family shit going on all at one time with these relatives. It's dope. It's off the chain. It's dope. It's big. It's up. It's natural high. Awesome ass shit, man. We out here, man. Frankie in the gang. It's big. Frankie in the gang is big. Got some cups. We got all that. All in the kitchen. Everything in the kitchen.
Morning, are y'all ready? Because I'm not finna spare nobody in the next videos I post. I'm telling it like it is. It's the 100% the truth. I'm coming with timestamps, receipts, text messages. I'm not playing. The story, it matters.
Okay. So this is where I'm gonna stop it. This is where I'm gonna stop it at. I'm gonna stop it right here. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right here. And then we're going to get back to this on tomorrow. So we got more to cover. And I just saw that they posted part 4. So I'm still a little behind. But you know what I'm saying? I gotta be mindful. I go back to work in the morning. I go back to work tomorrow. So I gotta stay on task. So we're going to finish this off at some point on tomorrow. Tomorrow I got to do my last round of confessionals. So as soon as I get off of work, I gotta go straight to downtown Atlanta to finish off my confessionals. Me and Bando, we gotta do our last round of confessionals. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this off on tomorrow at some point tomorrow, depending on what time I get out of confessionals. Because I know that also tomorrow is Love and Marriage Huntsville. So if I get out in time before Love and Marriage Huntsville, we're gonna do it tomorrow. But if not, we're going to do it Sunday at some point on Sunday. Okay. Now, like I told y'all, my paternal brother, he has reached out to me while this live has been going on, and I have been responding to him this entire live. So that'll be a story time for y'all. I will inform you guys on how this conversation is going, because the conversation is still ongoing. So I will inform you guys about that, because it's crazy that we were just talking about this last night, and here we are with one of them reaching out to me. So I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how this conversation went, because it's still going as we speak, and that'll be a story time, because ain't too many shows coming on because of the holidays or whatever. So I inform you guys about that. But we will finish this whole Keyshia Cole baby brother stuff either tomorrow or Sunday, one or the other, and that'll be about it. Okay. So with that being said, we are out of here. I will see you guys on tomorrow. Hopefully we're back here to finish this off, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Get that 20, yeah, you always been a sneaky bitch, hating from the sidelines, trying to get picked, yeah. You don't found one, yeah, you don't found one. You don't found one, found you a real one. On my assets lately, you catch a face, shots fired, catching babies. Heavy on the highs, better get you some gravy. Cut that lady check, why you out here being lazy? I got bored with that season, I'm talking shit when I'm spitting. Fact a bitch, I'm the reason, when it got you hoes heated. Snow got them hoes sneezing, got the meals you not eating. Wet had them hoes leaking, God trust when I'm speaking. It's giving.
Big bands gon' make it hot. Real niggas gonna come up. Don't let the game gon' change us. Real niggas in my circle, ho. Don't ever play us. This the real hustle. We make the money, don't make it make us. They ain't bout shit. Talking out they neck. Bitch, we bring the heat every time we step. You fucking with a beast, fucking with the best. Get money on the east, plug on the west. Bitch, I'm from the north, but we run it south. Bitch, we outside. What you talking about? Who the fuck is me? No, who the fuck is you? Get these